For those of you viewing and extremely bored at the moment, we are waiting for our host to sign in and get up to speed so we can start this journey. I'll be hauling some counterfeit camera lenses because I happen to pick up a Skypark job that met our source or our starting point and one of our destinations. So I have the Skypark up where I normally would have the chat, or where I had the chat yesterday. Yeah, Sherry, I had it muted because I was talking to Melissa. So yeah, so it's going to be a minute or two before we take off. Just waiting for everybody to get logged in and up and running. Looks like there's going to be 3 of us on this flight today. And yeah, so we'll see where it goes from there. Should be a nice little tour of southern New Zealand. Last week's was pretty good. I didn't stream it, but last Sunday we did one as well. And it was a lot of fun. And as I will be eating lunch during this stream, I may cut the camera and sound, or cut my microphone sound at least for a little bit while I do so. Hey, Dusty. Guessing we're going for either runway 20 or runway 18. I'll probably do 18. So I'm going to actually start my taxi now, so I'm ready when everybody else is. Ah, wait, what the hell? I did download updated scenery for this airport, so those of you watching my view, you get the updated buildings. Flightsim.to had scenery for this airport and Christchurch. I don't think I did had it for any of the other stops today. But you can see it's got some nice detail. The buildings are well detailed, and it's pretty good. Yeah. You got some creative slime sitting over there, waiting to head out as well. I'm assuming Dusty will have his stream going once he gets up and running. Which I believe is on Twitch at Dusty923, if I remember correctly. I'm sure he can update and correct that when he signs in. Alright, something's amiss here because I see green for you speaking, but I'm not hearing you. And I have my settings good. How about now? Can you hear me now? Testing, testing. Alright, let me try a change. Testing, testing. Can one of you guys type and let me know if you can hear me? I can't hear you. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. This is super strange. Testing, testing, testing. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2. Testing, testing. We're having a little technical problem here. It looks like it's going through the stream okay, but I'm not getting any audio on my chat with the other guys. Testing, testing. Testing,
Testing.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Discord says it can hear me, and I heard my echo back when I tested. Well, maybe it'll start working eventually. Well, everybody who's watching the stream, at least you can hear me. I'm going to taxi out and take off, and if the other guys happen to start hearing me, then great. If not, then I guess this will be a quiet flight. I am going to mute my mic for a minute while I eat. Can you hear me now? It's definitely a Discord issue because I'm good on my stream.
Really?
I see Perry is back, but may still be having issues.
Well, I think if he comes back and his microphone works, as punishment, he should do a beatbox for us.
I am not doing a beatbox for you.
Oh, snap!
There's Perry.
The man of the hour.
You're alive.
What
Yay!
Discord is such a piece of shit. I literally had to uninstall and reinstall the client on my PC.
You're shitting me.
Wow, you did that. You did that highly quickly and effectively.
I did it while flying, which is why I'm
Right.
off course
Ooh.
from you guys.
Boom.
You have another vote for Beatbox, by the way,
Yeah,
from the
baby.
Peanut Gallery.
Yeah, baby. Beatbox time.
The peanut gallery can bite me.
Did you hear that, Tiffany? Careful, she might get excited.
It's weird because it was only Discord. All my other audio was working fine.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't hear you, you couldn't hear me. Go figure. Alright, well I can catch up to you guys, because in case you didn't notice it, I'm a little faster bird this time.
Yeah, just
I was wrong. Tiffany noped out.
Nobody wants to hear me sing. So I'm at 3,000 feet right now. I probably don't need to be this high, but it felt like we were I was gonna hit some hills there, so.
Whew.
It's beef jerky is spicy.
That's the way it's supposed to be. So I'm eating, so I am gonna actually put my microphone on mute for a little bit.
Ah.
So
We assumed that we were saying you were being fed grapes above your head by your wife.
No. I have a sandwich and some chips and a pickle, and I don't want to crunch in you guys' ears. So.
A single lonely pickle.
Yeah, just a pickle, whatever you call it. Yeah. I'm in a pickle.
Pickle things up. Has to pickle things up a little bit, huh?
Yeah. I'm coming right back down in altitude. I see creative. I do not see Dusty, but oh, there you are over there. All right. Let me come right. I should have stayed on the line. I would have been right intercepting you right now. All right, muting while I eat.
You know, enjoy.
Well, you know, I can say that I respect you more because you like pickles, and anybody who likes pickles, whether or not you've killed people, that's okay in my book.
So the pickles, no pickles factor is much greater than the murder, no murder factor.
Absolutely, dude. Like, you can have a person who's committed genocide, but, you know, you could share a pickle.
I don't eat pickles on food. I eat them standalone, like the spears.
That's okay. You know what? I can make that sort of. I can bend that.
If you put a pickle on a hamburger, I'll give you the hamburger back. I like the taste of beef, so when I eat a hamburger, it is literally meat in a bun. I see no point in covering up a good piece of beef with something else. So. Anyway, back to eating.
This jerky, we've got to talk a bit about it because I don't know how familiar you are with the South African version of what jerky is, called biltong.
Never heard of it.
Wow, man. Wow. So if you essentially take like steak, like rump steak or something, and it gets dried, so they hang it to dry and they spice it. So it isn't like pre-cut or it isn't processed in any way. So you have it's incredibly sort of, it can be spicy, salty, but it's really meaty, like very, very meaty. It's kind of like the wild version of jerky. It's thick. You can either you can have it sliced or you can cut pieces from it. But it's if you like jerky, I think everybody who tries biltong goes, okay, that is very, very good.
So how thick is it?
Well, it's like a whole steak. It's like as thick as a steak would be. It can be as big as it can be big, and it's expensive. Obviously, it's quite expensive. But once you go biltong, man, there are places you can get biltong in the States. There are like, you know, expats from South Africa who open these little shops. I'm sure you can find it.
That strikes me as something I would definitely be able to find somewhere in Texas.
Oh, dude, you would love it. You would love it if you like the taste of meat. Oh, yeah.
So what kind of airspeed are you guys running? Because I'm not catching up very well here.
I'm at 123.
I've got it up to about 135 indicated, 129 ground.
I'm going to crank it on a little then. Because I'm at like 125 right now, so.
I figured you could get up there.
Yeah, I can hang. I can hang at about 150 if you want.
Finally, I'm not the slow one or fast one.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I chose this plane this time. I figured I can get it in and out of the runways you've chosen, and I can hold my own at the same time. I am going to crunch in you guys' ears because too bad.
Yeah, do it. I like that kind of ASMR stuff, that crunchy. Do the crunch. Talking about sound, guys, I was watching this thing about NVIDIA's algorithms that they're able to run these noise cancelling algorithm stuff on using the graphics card to cancel out noise in the background, and it's like jaw-dropping in terms of how it does that. They have like a child in the background of this mother who's talking, and the kid's like playing on some like xylophone, and then she enables it, and the sound is gone. Same thing with someone eating close by with a packet of chips. It just disappears. It's freaking crazy.
Really good noise canceling, yeah.
Yeah, they're using AI to figure out what is happening in the environment, and then they're leveraging that on the graphics card, and it's crunching that information. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, GPUs have so much power. That's why when Bitcoining took off, the graphics card market got killed because they were actually using GPUs to do the processing.
Yeah, that was insane. That was right when not long after that hit was when I was like, hey, now I have some money to build a computer. Oh, now I'm fucked.
Because I mean, at this point, that whole mining thing, like if as an individual person you're spending more money on electricity than it would be worth it. I know that all these massive farms in China and Russia, these guys are all running like hundreds of cards in rooms.
Well, and that's how they support the ransomware guys and the hackers and those guys. So.
Interesting, these people.
That's really pretty to the left over there.
Yeah, I wanted to avoid sound cliche, but it's really nice.
Yeah, I really wanted to sort of see some of the innards of the South Island. That's what I wanted to. I don't know. We'll be doing a lot of zigzagging across the South Island and the North Island when we get up there.
And confused, did you see I happened to pick up a Skypark job that happened to be hit some of these airports. So
respect
there was a Skypark from our starting point to Christchurch, and I'm like, well, I'll take it. It's a Coyote job, and I'm hauling counterfeit eyewear lenses. No, camera lenses. Counterfeit camera lenses.
There's a lot of camera lenses and a lot of counterfeit jewelry
floating around. Yeah.
We're gonna go past Lake Waitaki.
Yeah.
This feels wrong that I am actually lower than Dusty.
Well, I'm actually going up to about 30-ish.
I'm at 2,500 right now. Yeah. Usually you're the one down on the deck, and I'm the one up high.
Well, with this kind of terrain, I kind of want to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Snow on top of the mountains to the left. I wonder. Yeah, it does snow. It does snow in New Zealand, doesn't it?
Oh, this is the South Island. This is like I'm not exactly sure latitude-wise, but it's
temperate.
starting to be like Alaska territory. As far as
why in my mind I always think New Zealand is just like this hot place. I don't know why.
New Zealand? No, it's like California, and it's quite green for the most part.
I'm here just to get educated, guys. Just to get educated.
I mean, my recollection of it is that it was very green, but I was there in March, April, which I guess is it's not spring there; it's like the fall. Which I guess does make it pretty green, because, you know, like California in the fall is just all dry and golden.
Yeah, I used to laugh when I lived in Vermont because people would be like, "Oh, the leaves are so pretty," but after you grew up with them for, you know, decades, they're just dead leaves.
Yeah.
People would visit and they'd be like, "Oh, look at all the pretty colors," and we'd be like, "Yep, they're dead leaves."
You're the Scrooge of autumn.
No, I'm the Scrooge of most seasons, actually. So we're on this line you gave us puts us on a perfect course for runway 27, just so you know.
Not to say, and the wind is pretty much going to allow that.
So I'm gonna grab the line back because that's gonna put me right on for 27.
It's supposed to be a hydro station, guys. Yeah.
Right under us, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right at the bottom of Lake Aviemore.
Wait. There is something there. I'm seeing some little power lines and stuff.
Oh yeah, I can see a dam. Damn. What's the elevation of this airport? 1380. Okay. $4,800-foot grass. I do have to remember to flip my tanks over at some point. The one thing that annoys me about the Baron, I would fly it all the time if it wasn't for that. All the twisty little roads up these mountains.
Yeah, I noticed that to the left.
Oh man, there's going to be a little town that's nestled there. Wow.
Probably a four-wheeler's dream.
I was just going to say those would be fun to drive with the right vehicle. If they're paved, they'd be great in a little sports car or on a bike.
Yeah, I don't think those are paved.
No, they don't look it.
Those are like cheap trails.
Yeah.
Oh, there seems to be a bar and restaurant, CJ's Bar and Restaurant, that's down in this little town area, which is great.
Oh, Marama?
Yeah. CJ Bar. It actually looks like the only place.
Stop in there for a snack.
So we're gonna go in and get $100 can of Coke.
This was a fine choice as far as the topography goes.
Must be right over this hill for the landing, huh?
I would imagine it will probably try and kill me somehow.
Yep. It's okay. There's worse ways to die.
Absolutely.
I'm getting bounced around a little bit over here.
What's the wind like? I don't see the wind coming over the hill where you are.
Headwind of 10 knots. Not bad. 9 knots now. The only thing I can think of is maybe thermals off these hills, because I'm over the hills.
So guys, I've got all players, show all players, and it's we've got someone called Sassy Killer Kiwi. It's a good name.
Oh yeah, definitely a New Zealander.
Sassy Killer Kiwi, nice. That's quite special.
Yeah. A pickle.
I don't have enough screens. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens active around me right now.
Oh yeah, you're such an underscreened person.
I am.
I'm surprised you don't get like screen burn.
Do you guys see my my co-pilot behind me over here?
No, are you streaming?
Oh yeah, sorry. I have my buddy over here helping me.
Mr. Gouda? What was it? Mr. Gouda? Mr. what?
Well, I mean, his official name is Gouda, like the cheese, which I think you guys would pronounce Gouda.
Gouda.
But I call him the Goober Monster.
Which is a very good name.
10.5 months, 12.3 pounds. Big boy. Alright, I'm gonna start coming down.
Far out are we?
I'm like less than 10 miles.
That's 7 miles.
Yeah.
That's 7.5
I can
miles.
see the runway, so I figure that's a good time to start thinking about descending.
See the runway?
Yep.
Yeah,
I can't see the. Oh, I see where it is.
I'm trying to see it.
Oh no, wait a minute, that's not the runway I'm seeing. Hold on.
No, there's a greener grass strip behind those 2 small hills.
Yeah.
With that road aiming at the hills, the 2 small hills, and then behind those 2 small hills is the strip.
Yeah, I got it
Angled
now.
slightly to
I
the
mean, I
left.
don't have it visually, but now I know what I'm looking for.
I couldn't see it until I zoomed in.
Crap, I see it. All right.
I'm going to follow that
Go
road
back
up
and
around around that hill, and then I should be lined right up for it.
It's quite a big strip. It's 4,800 feet. It's at altitude 3,700.
1,300.
Sorry, 1360, so 1,400-ish. We always round up a bit.
Yeah, it's around up 2,000 feet.
Gonna come down to about 2,300.
My plane's trying to pull to the right. I've been drawn on the left tank, that's probably why. I idled for about 10 minutes before you guys joined. That shouldn't have eaten much fuel.
So my kids pointed out to me, I accidentally got the gluten-free. I got nothing against gluten-free stuff, but I like my gluten. And
Yep.
these are not as good as the gluten ones.
Oh, really?
Tell us what that is that you're snacking on.
It's like a little breakfast bar, a fig, blueberry. don't know if you have my stream up.
No, because I don't have 732,400 screens.
I have slightly less than that.
Guys, I'm the poor African. I'm like the little poor African kid that just tags along and holds onto the bottom of your plane. I'm happy to be here.
Playing a $60 flight sim on a $1,000 computer. Got it.
Mine's a wind-up computer, man. We have to hook it up to car batteries. Oh, there's not much that's going to kill your strip. It's actually quite pleasant.
Good.
Yeah. At least it's recognizable because everything around it is brown. It's the grass airstrips that are surrounded by green fields that are hard to find.
Okay, 135 feet per minute, 64 knots. And I got an applause for that. Thanks to the plugin that I'm now running. Thank you to Perry for that.
You get an applause?
You can tick applause if you do well, and people are like, yeah, and it claps for you.
Oh, is
You
that,
got it.
that the LRM has that?
Dude, you can go in options.
Oh, I'm going to have to turn that on.
Good.
My landings today and my other flights have been shit, though, so maybe I shouldn't turn it on yet. I had a 293, a 124, that wasn't bad, a 244, and then I put right before this, I put the Learjet down with a 632.
Woo.
Yeah, that was a little jarring. In my defense, it was really rough weather, and that's the story I'm sticking to. That's a really wide grass strip too.
This is a very nice airstrip. It's so pretty.
I mean, it's got hangars here and everything, so it's nothing to.
Go to the gassing area. I'm gonna go sit there.
So you guys couldn't hear me speaking before we took off, but I did I went to flightsim.to, and there was a download for NZOU, so I downloaded that. So I had a really nice airport we took off from.
Oh, was there?
Oh,
I did check
nice.
New Zealand, and I downloaded a few of them, but I just couldn't remember which.
So I just want you to know, 39 feet per minute.
Ooh, you could have had applause, dude.
I could have had a lot, yeah. So I gotta just switch over to that app and do that real quick. So
absolutely, it's just great.
LRM, come on, LRM. Switch over to LRM.
Maybe you'll be able to even edit it and say which file it should play, and you can even have it say things like "Your dad loves you," "You're not a failure," you know, that kind of thing.
No, we're not going to go that far. Okay.
Oh.
All right, so that's done. We just going to taxi back and take off?
Pretty much. We got plenty of flying to do.
Wow.
These hangars seem a little excessively tall, but other than that, this is rendered pretty well.
Yeah, I've noticed that at a few airfields.
Kind of looks like a little like the VAB over there at Kennedy. So I have to laugh. On one of the servers the other day, I took a picture of Kennedy Space Center and posted it. And I posted it because my brain was thinking about food at the time. Instead of saying flying by KSC, I wrote flying by KF as in Foxtrot C. So somebody posted back a picture of Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm like, no, it's Kennedy Space Center. K?
I remember something like that.
Never mind. And I didn't realize it for an hour afterward that I had misdone it. So, because when they first put the Kentucky Fried Chicken, I'm like, oh yeah, same letters. And then I'm thinking later, I'm going, no, something wasn't right there. This is a really, really wide grass strip according to a little nav map.
And even in the sim, it looks pretty wide.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in the middle of a runway here, and I'm way on the side of it. All right.
Tail's getting away from me.
I need to adjust my trims and stuff before we go back for takeoff.
So I was going too fast, taxiing too fast. Let me know when you guys are ready.
So the next airport we're going to, just so that I can make sure that this thing is right, is NZUK or no?
Yes.
Yeah, NZUK.
Okay.
Zulu,
Zook
umbrella, kilo.
uniform. Yeah,
Uniform, not umbrella.
uniform.
Thank you.
November Zulu uniform kilo.
You guys ready?
Almost
Yeah,
ready?
I got to get to the end of the runway because you know me.
Oh, you don't.
Probably not with this.
There's no one here.
You are going to get applause in your next one.
Gear up. Oh, I took off, by the way.
Oh yeah, I got a nice view of you taking off.
I'm like, I'm in the middle of takeoff. I'm going, maybe I should have told him I was actually going to take off.
Oh no, I saw you on the roll.
I'm going to wait until I get to 2,000 before I start my turn. With the DA, what are you doing for speed? Because I don't want to be totally, like, I don't know what the DA-40 has for how fast it is.
Well, I think you guys both got me beat. I don't. I mean, I can do 130. I can maintain 135, but that's not really a cruise. That's a firewalling it.
Okay. And I can come down to like 120 if I do.
Like 125 should be fine.
125 is where my white bar starts.
Right. Yes, you can do your flaps at my cruise speed.
All right, how far? I'm at 2,500 right now. I don't know how high we're planning on going. Seems like a pretty good altitude for this this stretch. We going up the middle of this valley?
Yeah, we're kind of heading basically straight north.
Okay.
Come down to 125 indicated.
Working on it. I'm also not as used to this plane, so I'm not as quite good with finessing it. Yeah, I'm at 25% throttle right now. to bring it down to 125.
I want to finish this gluten-free breakfast bar, but it's feeling like a punishment.
But you don't want to finish it, yeah?
Right.
It's one of those, I feel like I should finish this.
I'm just gonna grimace and bear it.
Steve, you said you had kids. How old are your kids?
9 and 11.
Well, that's very cool. A boy and a girl, or how do they mix?
One girl, one non-binary.
Fair enough.
I have a stepdaughter from my first marriage.
How old is she?
31.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Perry's an old bastard.
She was 2 when I met her mother, so for all intents and purposes, she's mine. You know.
Right.
And then how long were you married for?
We were married from 1990. Well, we met in 1991. We were married from 94 to 2001, and then my present only final till I death do I part wife is in the room right now, so I have to make sure I word this properly. I imported my wife from Canada in 2006.
And did you have to pay a lot for her?
Well, I had to
or-
rescue her from that third world country, you know.
Yeah, I heard they have universal health care.
Yeah.
That's like safety and stupid.
You want to talk to her about how their health care is? You can go. Feel free.
Let's not get into that discussion.
Hey guys, you forget you have an African here. Hey, what's healthcare? What is water?
Anyway, so yeah, she's from Nanaimo, Canada, which is on Vancouver Island. And in 2006 we met, and she came to Boston, finished her undergrad degree there, and then when she was getting ready to do her PhD, she was accepted to Harvard, Tufts, Brown, and UT Southwestern, which is in Dallas, and she chose UT. I was very proud. I was very proud of her when she told Harvard to stuff it. That's a badge of honor. Telling Harvard to stuff it is a good thing. Which runway are we doing here? I didn't realize we were that close.
It's like runway 33.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, my current wife is a little bit younger than me. I'm 51 and she's 33.
And sounds of it really smart.
She's extremely smart. She did her undergrad with a 3.996 in chemistry, and she did a PhD in biology. She teaches biochemistry at an online college.
Dude, you did something right. You clearly have a personality and a face that attracted such a
Nope. Nope. As I tell people, she's young, she's beautiful, she's super duper intelligent, and I'm very thankful that her eyes and her sense of judgment of people is probably not that great.
And she's blind.
Exactly. Oh man, look at that white peak back there.
Look at the blue water in this river.
You know why the water's so that color? It's the glaciers.
Oh, okay.
Really? Okay.
There's a certain process of very fine silt from the grinding of the glaciers against the mountain that produces this permanent silty mineral that gets in the water. You'll see this in Alaska. Just about anything downstream of a glacier will look like that.
So you may notice I've kind of swung to the side here. It's because I need to bleed off a bunch of airspeed. I was doing 180 knots.
Without even trying, I'm sure.
I wasn't thinking about it. I just had her at 75% throttle. I'm down to 130 now, so I'm good. I'm coming in on approach.
I'm on final.
Okay. Gear down, 1 notch of flaps. Bring that throttle back up to 25%.
I think that grass strip was bigger than this asphalt strip.
Yep, it was longer. Yeah, so anyway, my wife is extremely intelligent. She is my retirement plan, I tell people. Because she will outlive me by a lot.
Well, who knows? You might upload your consciousness to the internet, considering you're Googleified there.
Yeah, that's about the only way I'm going to live beyond probably 65 or 70. So my family is not known for longevity. And
How old are you now?
I'm 51.
Yeah, well, you got time.
Well, I beat cancer last year, so I guess that's one plus.
Dude, that's crazy, dude. Damn.
Stage 3 cancer, and I did it without chemo or radiation.
Well, like I said, you were lucky that you actually, because it got detected for something else. You were going for your gallbladder. Or
the gallbladder, yeah. Had my gallbladder not gone, then the cancer probably would have been bad enough to kill me by the time it was detected.
Is lucky.
You know, this plane is easier to land than the Cessna. I just want to say that. I should fly it more.
I almost never fly.
Thin runway.
these diamonds, they fly better, they fly nicer for me than Cessnas as well, these
Well, the
ones. I don't
problem
know
with
why.
the problem with the diamond is it doesn't have a proper yoke, so I can't fly it.
I only fly on a stick, guys, like a little wooden stick I had to pick off the tree there.
Yeah, yeah. Such a tough life.
What?
94
Beat back,
feet.
I've
94
beat
feet per minute.
94. Did they applaud?
I didn't hear it.
Oh,
Yep. I hear it now.
Oh, yeah, it's worth it.
Creative coming in here.
Yep. I'm gonna roll down the rest of the run, most of the rest of the run. Well, I will the rest of the runway, I guess, since there's no taxiway turn off before then. Dusty uses like 1/10 of the runway. What's my fuel looking like? Oh, we haven't even touched it yet. But I'm gonna flip it now so I don't forget. And then we'll switch it again later. I usually try to remember to do it halfway, but with all these landings, I want to try to balance myself a little bit. These mountains are gorgeous, guys.
Aren't they? I'm glad I
Oh, yeah.
decided to come up this way.
Yeah, this is a great course you picked. Both last week and this week have been phenomenal. And hopefully by the time we get back up north, it won't be stormy like it was when I went through there before.
Right. We'll just have to see. Because we like to use live weather when possible.
Yeah, I'm a little anal about it.
I know.
You're a purist. You're a purist.
I have this thing, real time and live weather. Dusty did a couple of them at one point that I participated in where it's like, oh, we're just going to set the time to this. And I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Right.
I can make myself do that if I have to.
Well, for one thing, it was like...
you were doing a dusk.
What was this?
Yeah. Oh, no, that one we did real time, actually.
This taxiway just ends in a cul-de-sac.
Oh.
The hell?
Yeah,
In New Zealand, you just hop over, man. Hop the curb, jump the curb.
So.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
in
this thing.
we're in the southern hemisphere now. They do things different. We should use our expert for this this hemisphere for this.
Exactly, dude. That's why I keep my doors locked here, because people could just jump straight in and be like, "Yeah."
Wait a minute, where's the runway?
It's right here.
Okay.
It's only slightly larger than a taxiway.
Your engine's nice and loud. I can hear it going through.
Yeah, is that what that noise is?
I assume it's your engine. I would expect the Diamond to be the quietest of these three. It's the most modern.
All right, go. I'm on the roll.
Look at that acceleration.
No flaps.
Yeah, I don't think I need flaps here. Rotato. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell was that all about?
Yeah, you're all off there. Starting my turn to the right.
Okay, you'll be going over me.
Okay, guys. So is the next place the aerodrome?
Next place is...
Half of them are called aerodromes.
The next place is Capo Aerodrome, and it's, gosh,
There we
it's
go.
22 nautical miles. Looks like runways 11 and 29 are the active, so I assume we're going to swing around to 29. That's a nice lake. I love how blue that glacial water is. That is so pretty. Much more so than it does in Alaska.
Some more of my gluten-free blueberry fig bar.
Sounds Sounds good.
Sounded good right after you stopped saying gluten. Right after the word free. Everything after that sounded good.
Mm-hmm. Not knocking it. It's just I'm not limited by that. I like my gluten.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a guy I used to do a lot of work with who was allergic, so he couldn't have gluten. And I didn't know that. So the first time we were ordering something, he's like, "Oh, I got to get it gluten-free." I'm like, "Is that a choice or is it because you can't?" He goes, "Oh God, I wish I could."
Mm-hmm.
He says it's one of those things. He says I just pay so badly if I have any gluten now. Meaning he does cheat occasionally. He also used to drink a bit, and I thought gluten-free I thought people with gluten problems couldn't drink.
It depends on the alcohol.
I guess, yeah. He never seemed that picky, but yeah. That lake is so pretty off to the left, guys.
As long as they don't use wheat, as long as it's just gluten, then as long as you can't have a Hefeweizen, of course.
Right. Am I off course, or are you going real wide here? Oh, I'm also like doing 1 million miles an hour.
I'm heading of 055.
All right, I'm 060, so all right. I was also doing 75% power, so I've cut back now. That's my biggest problem using this plane with you guys, I guess, is now instead of me being the guy who can't keep up, I'm not able to.
Look at these squigglies in the, I don't know if you can see it from over there, in the farm fields. There's all kinds of squigglies.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously some kind of tractor or farm equipment just going out there.
Yeah, it looks almost like somebody's doing dirt tracking or something. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like dirt bikes.
Some of it
doesn't look like fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like they went out into the field like 15, 20 times, just did these teardrop loops. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like you say, Southern Hemisphere shit, you don't want to know what people get up to in fields.
Right. Because some of them, like these over here, they're very orderly. They look like paper clips,
Yeah.
They're obviously covering the field with something.
Just after you go over that little stream, look at the mess just to the east of it. It's like somebody scribbled on the ground.
On the other side of the stream?
Yeah, the stream right after you go by those farms. Yeah, right after you go by the farms. There's a stream, and there's a really messy squiggle.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're yeah. Now it looks like we're going into some sort of high desert.
There's this very big alluvial plain from the mountains. There's to our right, not back there where the snow-covered mountains are, but like the next one over is this Lake Tekapo. And I guess the outlet from Lake Tekapo just creates this huge alluvial plain.
Yeah.
But of course it looks like they've, I guess it's dammed up.
In other news, I got notified that I am a 1B candidate for the vaccine, meaning I'm in like the second group.
Oh yeah?
Because I'm overweight, have asthma, and have had cancer last year.
Right.
Are you gonna take it?
I literally responded back to the county when they sent that to me and said, look, if there are medical workers, first responders, military, anybody else who needs it first in this county, they should get it before I do.
You don't have any issues with taking it or anything like that?
It's an mRNA, my wife doesn't think there will be. I have issues with some vaccines, but this one she doesn't think I will have any issue with. So we're gonna go for it.
Hey, maybe you'll glow in the dark after that.
I think it's just gonna be what's gonna trigger the zombie apocalypse myself. So
Well, so far it hasn't.
Yeah, I know it's disappointing, but
I think the majority.
yeah, that's great that it hasn't. No,
No, that's
I
what
agree.
the trials are for. Somewhere on the trial process, they checked the box, did not turn it into a zombie.
Did not turn people into zombies.
Right.
I
There
guess
seems to be enough zombies just in general population.
yeah, that's true. No, my wife, again, she's a biochemist, so she knows stuff better than I do, and she said the nature of these mRNA vaccines is that they're really a lot lower risk than traditional vaccines as far as people who have vaccine problems. Because I do have problems with like the flu vaccine, I can't get it. It'll knock me in bed for 2 weeks if I get the vaccine, so I may as well just take my chances and hope I don't get the actual flu each year. But she said the way this is made, it should not have any of those types of issues. My only concern, and there's nothing you can do about it, we got to take the chance, is that, I mean, it's been what, 6 months they've been testing it, so we don't know long-term effects. We don't know what it's going to do over a 5-year period or a 10-year period. There's no way to know. I mean, it's just a risk we have to take. And I'm willing to, I think everybody should be willing to take it, but at the same time, it's just, that's the only thing that niggles in the back of my mind is that, okay, I just really strongly hope that we don't find later on that there was something that, oops,
Sorry.
Well, it is an what is it called?
mRNA.
mRNA. So it really just has pieces of the DNA
Right.
that causes your body. It causes your body to produce the protein.
Correct.
That is on the outside of the virus.
Correct.
And then those bits of protein get detected by your immune system.
Exactly.
And then basically you trigger the autoimmune response without having the actual virus.
Whereas a traditional vaccine gives you a little bit of the virus to trigger it, and that's what she was explaining to me, is that this is a much safer way to do it, because of that. To which my question is, why aren't all vaccines being switched over to this? And I guess over time they probably will be switched to something more like this, because this is the first major vaccine to use that type of a methodology. Are you guys swinging really wide, or am I taking this thing in really shallow here?
I'm going straight through the. You guys are way over there. I'm going through this this cut through the mountains.
There's an airport over here we're supposed to be
at. Did I give you the
NZTL is on the list.
NZTL? Oh, I'm headed for NZTU. I must have added something. Did I put NZTL in our?
Yeah.
Both. Yeah, NZTL and then
Okay.
NZTU.
Okay, then I slightly screwed up. I've been messing with the flight plans a lot, and I probably posted something and then edited it.
Well,
Later.
I'll be landing and then I'll come back and catch up to you. In fact, if there's a fuel depot, I might top off while I'm here. So that's why we're off course.
Okay, so let me. I'll have to update that. Save this new flight plan. I'll just go straight off of what I posted.
Yeah, because I'm looking, I'm like, okay, creative's swinging around. Why is Dusty way over there?
It's well worth it. This is beautiful where this is
It's
positioned.
gorgeous over here. Yeah, it's well worth it. At least you could go all those snow-covered mountains off to the west there. It's the edge of that storm system, which is kind of cool to know we're flying kind of along the edge of it.
Yeah, I'm like 13 miles to the south.
Do you have the runway yet, Creative?
I'm looking. I will tell you in a moment.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going here. Okay, looks like I need to start swinging left. Maybe that's why you took it off the thing. It's really hard to find. Oh, I see the town over there, so it's got to be over near that town. Yeah, this plane is so much easier to fly. Why do they train people on these instead of Cessnas? It's so much easier to fly. I might have to switch up make this my primary going forward. If it wasn't for that damn remembering to switch the tanks, I would have used it all along.
Oh crap, yes, I see it. I do see it. It's just to the left of the little hill.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
It's small, thin.
It's to the left of that hill. Okay. I'm watching where you're going down. It looks like you're going to the right of that hill, but okay. Oh, it's down there. Yeah, I was aiming too far out. Let's cut that throttle back some. There it is. I see the runway. Beechcraft. Remember 41313 has the runway in sight. Mainly because I'm following you. So if you're landing in somebody's backyard, they're getting two planes. Such a pretty valley. What's the elevation of this airport? 2,500. Okay. I think I can do this without flaps. How long's the runway? Oh, it's only 2,800. We'll do one notch of flaps. Gear down. The DA doesn't have. The DA has fixed gear, right? You don't have retractable gear. Yeah. It's just one more thing to remember. Did I put my gear down, or am I gonna take my prop off when I land? I have belly landed the Baron before, though, successfully. I mean, without it triggering a crash. The prop stopped. Sparks flew everywhere, but it didn't trigger the thing to say I crashed. Are you still on the runway, or are you clear?
I am clear.
Okay.
You guys should just go ahead and take off.
I think I'm
Don't
gonna...
wait for me.
Are you coming in this way, though, or not?
I'm 5 miles out, so
I
don't
can
wait for
wait.
me. I'll just take off and...
5 miles is nothing.
Well,
It was a little
like
crooked that
2 or 3
time,
minutes.
and it was 195 feet.
I did not get applause because
I
it was
did.
520.
Ooh! Oh! 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 You might want to check your landing gear.
These clouds have come in.
I might have downloaded this airport too, because this one's got a lot of detail for me. There's like some guys standing in a hangar over there, and yeah.
Yeah, then I should land because I want to see this.
It's pretty.
Because according to the little nav map, it looks like it's one that I downloaded.
So I'm going to taxi over and top off my fuel while we're waiting.
Make coffee. I'll be right back.
All right, how am I doing? I can't even see because of the sun glare. Go. 12, 13 gallons. Same. I gotta drop it like a rock. Wait, that's 7.5? Okay, so that's 5 and 10. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna top off my tanks too.
It didn't trigger the auto fuel thing when I must not have pulled up close enough. So I just hit the menu and topped off the fuel. Yeah, this is really nicely done, this airport.
I think your card was declined.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See the detail.
Yeah, like there's two guys like standing next to what looks like a TBM here in the hangar and stuff. I'm like taxiing around looking at stuff. Be careful I don't hit one of those buildings though, since I don't know if they're solid or not. There's like 5 fuel fill-ups too, which is a little weird.
They probably maybe they're not real. Maybe they're not actual fuel pump.
That's probably why it didn't
pumps.
trigger for me. Yeah,
They
probably
probably
only
just
one of them is real. Yeah.
Probably just use their models.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a very smooth landing.
Do you have
I don't
anything
say so
on yet to
myself.
track it or not?
Nah, I don't care about that shit. Like I said, I think the only ones I really care about is if I'm trying to make a short field takeoff or landing. I want to see how short it was.
All right, I'm gonna.
Oh, look at that! They got an X Cub and a Piper Cub over here.
Yeah. It's all nicely done.
God, that TBM is like inches away from not
That
fitting in
guy's-
that hangar. Let's see.
Got a nice big turnaround area up here where creative is.
I don't actually see a fuel.
There's a whole bunch of them. Or do you mean on the map?
No, I see the models. I'm looking on the map. Unless it's covered up by some of this green.
I'm gonna pull up here and there's like an open turnaround area up here. I'll use a minute to reset some of my
Just
settings.
use this one.
That's the other way.
All right, back taxiing.
Okay, guys. So the next waypoint is it? Which one is it?
NZTU.
Next one is NZTU.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Alright, ready to turn around and get going.
Don't take off through me. It doesn't go well.
No, I'm just turning around. I'm going to use one set of flaps for takeoff here because I feel like we're a little short on this runway. Oh, we got to taxi up to there to take off. That's right. But the wind's blowing toward me right now.
Yeah,
Well,
we should be taking out
No,
runway 29.
so the windsock is wrong. The windsock shows the wind blowing toward me right now, when in reality it's blowing the other way according to the...
Well, I have 290 at 7 knots.
Yeah.
In little nav naps.
Yeah, and that's what I'm showing in my PFD, but if I look at the sock, it was blowing the other... Oh, now the sock this end is blowing this way. I
The
think
sock
the sock
is pointed at us.
but the one at the other end wasn't. The one at the other end was pointed the other way. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see the one down there further back.
So there must be a vortex in the middle of the place or something.
Yep.
I'm doing a 40-knot taxi.
Downwind. This should go just fine.
Why are you turning that way? I thought the standard was to always turn to the left when you can.
Oh, dudes,
I don't know.
I'm seeing you as hovering in midair, Dusty, and like rotating in place.
He
Well,
likes-
I did turn on a wheel. I got the toe brake, so I can just right rudder, right brake, and I turn.
And those tail draggers turn sharp.
Yes, but I think you glitched, and you were like doing like a hovering like a helicopter.
That
Well,
sometimes happens.
He's got that
It's like a-
anti-grav system on his plane.
Oh
So.
yeah.
Watch it come right off. Oh, crap.
All right, I'm waiting for creative to taxi up. Are you taxiing up here, creative?
I already.
Dude, Creative's
I'm
off.
I'm already
He's
off.
off.
I'm off. That's the weird bit. There was like some lag. I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
there you go. There you go. Okay. Yep. Now I see you climbing.
I took off right behind him. And we'll basically do left-hand traffic. Downwind
Rotate.
departure.
Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps up. Straighten that fucking thing out. Gosh.
You keep veering off to the right
Yeah.
on takeoff.
I think I played with my rudder trim is the problem. And I didn't
If you do that,
properly
if you
center it.
do that too much, you get chafing.
Yeah, I go blind.
Alright, I fixed it. No, I figured out what the problem was. Alright, we're turning left, you said?
Well, yeah, we're doing a basically got to do a 180.
Alright, I'm coming around. Why am I not getting... There we go. I was getting no airspeed for a minute there. It was really weird. I am not getting my normal amount of punch out of this thing. I don't know what the problem is. My mixture's good. Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know. Alright, I'm coming around.
I'm gonna go up to about 4,500.
That was what I was thinking too, based on the terrain. Might even need a little more. Are we going to weave along that Route 8? Go through that valley?
Well, I kind of wanted to actually,
Okay. Makes sense.
at least to Kennel Corner. Dog Kennel Corner.
So you pulling like a 090 right now, or roughly?
I'm actually looking to target about a 115.
Oh God, clouds make me nervous. I'm feeling a little nervous.
What's that? Why?
I have bad experiences with clouds, taking off, landing.
You've been doing great
So
today.
flying in general.
Yeah, today you see this is before death. This is always what happens. Like everything's just oh dee do dee do.
And then a mountain jumps up in front of you.
Exactly. Things are a little too good to be true.
Alright, I'm going to come back on the throttle a little bit since I'm starting to be able to see you guys now. This time I'll try to remember not to like race past you. This Bonanza's like a little sports car. I don't normally fly without, when I fly with other people, I've never flown this plane before, so I never realized exactly how zippy it is.
Mm-hmm.
I always think of it as like, oh, it's like the 172 except the wings are low.
No,
No, it's really not.
it's
It's a lot faster. It climbs better too.
There's also in real life there's the turbo modified versions which climb at like 2,000 feet per minute, like solid.
This sucker will do pretty close to that.
Yep.
I don't think the built-in one is the turbo one.
No, they did the whole add-on, which is really, really good. But it's broken now that there's updates. It's like kind of been broken.
Which is why I avoid plane updates. It's like somebody was talking today about or yesterday in the Skypark server about the G3000 update being broken because they did an update or whatever. I'm like, you know what? Just no, because I'd get used to it working. I'd get used to it operating with the mod. Then they fucking do an update. The mod breaks, and it takes the modders 2 weeks to use it. And I'm like, I can't fly. I can't do this. I can't do this.
The funny thing is, even if it's a small update that has nothing to do with it, it breaks the thing.
Well, it probably does some sort of version number check. Is probably what happens. They probably certify the mod to a certain version number, and when it loads, it sees a different version number and says, nope, I'm not going to work. It's probably
Well, the real problem is there's probably no real mod API.
right.
If there's a if there's a mod API, then modders know when there's been an update to the API. As long as the API isn't updated in a way that affects the mod, then they're golden.
Right.
It all feels. I was just saying that that it all feels very sort of like cobbled together, and then you have to run like a linker to run your add-ons properly, and it's not like built with that in mind. It's not made with that in mind as of yet.
Well,
So-
it is in the way that I think. So I'm not super into it, but basically what happens is it runs the base game, and anything in the community folder is loaded in on top of it. In other words, so if you put in an update to a plane, it'll load the default plane, and then it'll look in community and load anything on top of it, so you can modify what things do in a built-in game, in a built-in plane.
It's very similar
And
to how
it's-
SCS does it for Truck Sim.
Okay. And same goes for terrain. You can have community folders in there that updates the terrain in certain ways.
But even Truxim, the whole mod thing is built right into the interface. It links into Steam's workshop, and you can easily download, and it integrates like seamlessly.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
Obviously,
I didn't do I bought mine through Microsoft, not Steam, so I don't have the Steam Workshop for the game. I don't know if there's a way for me to still use the Steam.
there
Workshop.
isn't.
Okay.
And for good reason, because Microsoft wants to continue using their marketplace.
Right.
Although they arguably they do support third-party mods, and so there's no reason not to use. It seems like the Steam Workshop for that. But now that would cause two different sort of pathways to modding.
Yeah, it would create a problem. Yeah. Guys, there's couch potatoes.
I was
that
about
are
to
at
say it.
free. Yeah.
He's in 52. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I thought you were going to take the North Valley, and I almost went around these mountains the wrong way, just so you know. Because I thought we were following Route 8, which goes around the other way.
No, that's
Kimball-
way out. Way
Kimball
out
and
of the way.
Colster. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Well, that would be kind of zigzagging
Yeah, yeah.
way.
And we
to the
and we
side.
never do that, so.
No, absolutely. No, never.
Hence my confusion.
Well, it is. I mean, I have been trying to balance. You know, do we want to, take a path that basically aerially sees every bit of the island?
Right.
No, that's overkill.
Right.
So
No, I
the
get it. Yeah.
the route I took was basically try to see if I can hit every major airfield, and then just come up with an order in which that tries to get us over as much terrain as possible.
Got it. Yeah. And then to confuse us, you just you take one out and we go to it, so that
Yeah, well, that was
diversionary
because,
tactic.
well, I mean, the 2 weeks ago, I had us starting at the north end of the South Island. And we
Right.
actually did a flight there, and then afterwards, I scrapped all of that because I was sort of in the process of still coming up with the whole plan.
Yeah.
And I came up with a better plan, so we're like, no, we're going to restart from the south end of the South Island.
I spent
And
an
then
hour
even after that,
Yeah.
even after that this week, I was still updating it, and refining it, and seeing what we were going to do. And sort of my post was sort of out of sync with one of my updates. And
Got it.
that's just how that happened.
So I spent an hour last night after our flights figuring out my path to Florida, and I think I have a path figured out that gets us there in like 2 more flights. We'll be down there. I was way underestimating ranges that we can cover in the amount of time we have. So
Yeah.
we can easily be at the Space Coast, not next week, but the week after.
Mhm.
And then by February we will either be in the Bahamas. Actually, we'll be in the Bahamas, and I have a really nice Bahamas route planned. We'll probably spend the month of February in the Bahamas because I think I got 3 or 4 flights planned in the Bahamas.
Yeah, Bahamas are pretty big.
It is, and it's very pretty in the sim. They did a decent job. So I've flown some of it already. I guess it can come down in altitude now some, huh?
Oh, I don't know, dude. There's this ridge.
Yeah, but that looks like it's like maybe 2,000 feet, if that. I'm at 4,000.
Where are you guys?
Behind you. Creative's right
Oh,
there
I see.
near you. I'm a few miles behind.
Got it. You're both in the same direction.
And cloud-wise, you guys are still feeling quite calm and comfortable by what you're seeing?
Mm-hmm.
There's very few very high clouds, yeah.
Okay, good. Just to make sure.
Yeah, it's cleared up quite a bit here.
Are we going over that ridge or are we going around it?
I was kind of thinking we could go along it if it looked pretty.
It looked really...
We could go down this way a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, we are here for the scenery.
That's right.
Simulator 2020.
I think it's amazing how well this game does with dealing with the negative gravity that you guys have to deal with in the southern hemisphere, though.
Right?
Like, I don't
How are
feel
we
like
not
I'm being
falling
pulled
off?
to the top of my plane at all or anything. So.
It's weird, eh? It's so weird.
Yeah, because I have a friend who lives in Adelaide, Australia, so he explained to me how you guys have to do things. Velcro shoes, magnetics on the road so that cars are held to the road.
Finally, people you can sympathize with the cost of Velcro then.
Yeah, the cost of Velcro. He said he used to use Velcro tires on the cars, but it got too loud, so they put magnets in the road, and then it holds the cars down, which is
Well,
really
see,
cool.
all we got to do to fly here is turn our wings upside down. And the
Yeah.
airfoils are correct.
Yeah. All right, I'm at
This will
around-
be my final stop, guys, because it's like 10:30 in the night at evening here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably like have to work or some stupid thing like that, right?
No, I'm fairly flexible working arrangement. In hijacking people's cars and such, it's sort of on my own terms.
Oh, good. Actually, one of the software companies that I do some work with, their tech people are based in South Africa. I don't know where in South Africa.
The Cape Town or Johannesburg?
One of those probably, yeah. Yep. They're a company that makes a cloud. They basically can they can host Windows servers and serve them up to instead of having to run RDP as an application, they've developed technology to put it into a Chrome browser. So somebody with like a you can literally run an RDP session or an RDM session, RDS session, sorry, on anything that'll run a browser. You can do it. So
It's nice to know there are clever people out there in the world.
yep, it's a really cool product, and they did it extremely cost effectively. I was their first dealer in the U.S. when I had my business, and I introduced them to the largest global distributor of Google Cloud products. So the company I work for now, they give us dealer pricing because I got somewhat friendly with the guy who owns the company.
You hooked them up, man.
He's American, but the tech team are all South Africa. I'm assuming he went there because he could get the expertise cheaper. That's a really neat ridge. It's got that road on top of it with like farm on the hills.
Mm-hmm. It was so green, I thought it was a golf course or something.
Yeah, I mean, in the U.S., that would be covered with like 3 golf courses.
I don't know. It's probably kind of windy up there.
That just adds to the challenge. What runway are we looking at? 29er? Looks like it.
Yeah, I would take 29er.
29er. 29
with
is a
this
long
wind.
grass strip. So. Okay.
Long and thick.
That's what she said.
Rawr, rawr, rawr. There's one I didn't put in here.
That little
Two,
grass strip
actually.
to the north of here? Yeah.
No, Rangitata and Ashburton.
You must have disqualified him for some reason.
So we'll hit those real quick. I mean, we could just do touch and goes. Although, I was reading up on this Rangitata Island. It's a private airstrip, which is probably why it was originally excluded. But then I was looking more in depth on stuff. So this is, even though it's private, they have a museum there. There's a couple of flight clubs that run out of there. There's a de Havilland Beaver club that is based there. So I thought it was really interesting stuff.
Interesting.
So we can call them up and say, hey, do you mind if we stop by? Like, yeah, come on, drop by. Check out the museum. So that's what we're gonna do. And we'll hit that on the way to Christchurch. Oops. Gotta go
Yeah,
this way.
it's right on the way. So. So you're gonna do a
And
right
out.
traffic into 29, or what are you doing?
Might as well.
Or a flyover? Because I'm set up for a left approach.
Where are you?
I'm at your 4.
Oh no, I'm doing left traffic. I'm not flying over.
Oh yeah, you're closer than I thought you were to me. I guess I could leave my landing lights on so you guys can see me easier. I always forget to do that. It's allegedly a grass, but it looks brown to me. Looks like it's more of a dirt strip.
Well, maybe it's dead grass.
Give myself 1 notch of flaps.
Pattern altitude. About to enter the downwind.
Gear down.
My gear is down.
Down lock 3 green.
Bolted on and ready. I'm in the downwind for left-hand downwind for runway 29 full stop.
feet. I'm coming in number 2 to land. Creative, I'm going to hop right between you and Dusty.
It's cool, man.
You seem to be coming in high and wide. Oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm coming a little too low here. Pull up, okay.
See you.
Yeah, I'm not lined up very well. I misread the ground. You can get there though. Some kind of oval track down there. Scare a few of the native
I see that.
wildlife.
That's the South Canterbury traction engine and something ... Like tractor training or something.
I can't figure out where this stupid grass strip is, so I'm just setting myself down over here on the grass.
Oh, I want to hear those applause, man.
Yeah, you're pretty much on it.
286 firm. I'm not gonna get an applause out of that one, that's for sure. Oh, I did. I got an applause. I wouldn't have applauded myself.
$151.
Nice.
In your face.
Hey, you know what it? Oh, was that? Did I just hear applause and then a weird voice, or did you guys hear that too?
I think that was Dusty, wasn't it?
I thought I was about to say, because if it had in your face, that would be really awesome.
No, that's the competitive version. You need the multiplayer add-on.
Okay, peeps, thank you very much. I hope that the weather holds up. We don't die.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, thanks for joining. More
Thanks for the
merrier.
positive thoughts as you depart.
Don't
Hope you
dash.
don't. Cool, peeps. Have a good one.
Thanks.
All right, you too. Take care. Good night. All right, let's get going. We have 1, 2, 3 more landings to do.
Yeah.
In fairly short succession.
I'm just taxiing up the grass here. And I don't have those on my plot, so I'm going to just have to kind of follow you, I think. I guess I could add them quick enough in a little nav map, right?
What do you not have?
We're going to where?
Oh,
We're going to Rangitata.
yeah, it's
I got it.
November Zulu.
I got it. And then Ashburton, is that the other one?
Let's see, sounds about right.
NZAS?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go on the roll.
Alright. I still gotta get myself up to the end of the... I need a little bit more run up than you do. The weird thing about the Bonanza, if you run it at regular idle, it usually stalls.
Oh yeah.
You get a low alternator warning, and then the damn thing just stalls out.
You just can't fix it with the mixture, or what?
I haven't been able to. I've played with it. It's not a big deal. If I idle it at 800 RPMs, I'm fine. But if I let it idle down to 650, it has a little bit of a fit. Alright, I'm rolling.
Oh, thank you,
Just-
Sip.
I just saw you go over me.
Yep, going in for a camera angle.
60 knots, rotate. I'm up at 80 knots. And
God.
crazy banking again. Because why not? Gear up, flaps up. 520. 500 feet. Looks like I want to come around to around 10 degrees.
Thereabouts, yep.
I'm only going to climb out to 1500 for this short jog. I'm going to throttle back so I don't go too far. Looks like runway 30. So
Yeah, it's kind of a T-shaped, right?
Yeah, I'm going to hold right on this
L-shaped.
course I'm on, right up the coast, and then I'll cut in.
Make sure you update your altimeter.
I haven't done that in a while. 2931.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. Yeah, that river is where we cut it right before. Okay. And New Zealand is beautiful to fly in. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm glad I thought New Zealand was pretty nice looking. I thought it was probably a safe bet that just about anywhere we fly will look pretty good. And man, I wasn't wrong.
It was a good choice.
And plus, it's summer there.
Right. And it's perfect because us starting at the time we do puts us at about 7 a.m. start time, local time.
Yeah, the morning.
Which is great. One of my favorite time to fly is sunrise. So it's just so pretty.
That's a reverse sunset. You start with it.
Yep.
You have the whole day ahead of you.
I'm trying to spot this place.
It's a little ways off. It's about 10 miles
It's
ahead
not.
still.
We're right on top of it, dude. Oh no, it's the next river. No wonder I can't see it. Gosh.
Yeah. You got 8.5 miles to go.
Never mind. I was starting to descent and everything.
Mm.
Yeah. I see it on the map now. On the MFD. So where I had the Twitch chat yesterday, I stuck my Skypark tablet up on the OBS.
Okay.
It fits that hole perfectly.
Now, are you able to do like count stuff everywhere you go? You should call it junk mail.
I can, but what I found when I looked at our departure airport was there was an actual job I could take, which pays more. So I'm not doing any junk mails. I'm just taking this counterfeit stuff to Christchurch. So at the end, I'll cash that in when we get done.
Very circuitous route for that.
Well, I'm trying to avoid the authorities. This is a Coyote job.
There you go.
They would expect me to take a straight route up the coast, so by zigzagging in and out, I evade them. I probably should have turned off my transponder and not run any lights either. Cessna has a switch for
Does it have the G3X? The
it.
G3000?
No, it's the 1000.
G1000. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if it's the if it's like if it's not a glass cockpit, it's pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
it's just,
even the
off
172 with the
standby.
glass, even with the 72 with the glass, there's a way to do it. I just don't remember what it is. But yeah, without the glass, it's really easy. I mean, I guess if this, in reality, what I would do is I would probably just pull the damn fuse.
There you go.
You'd have it on its own fuse circuit, pull the fuse. Alright, now I'm starting to come down. Turn in.
Yeah, I'm currently at pattern altitude.
Down.
You still need to ID the runway though.
Well, I'm kind of going off the road.
Oh, it's right. Oh, I see it. It's right there.
Should be at my 9 right now. A little low. I came down a little low. I wanted to get under the radar.
Okay, I'm gonna cut in front of you, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead. Climbing back out a little bit.
Do I think invisible planes will ever become popular? Well, first we have to have invisible planes for them to become popular.
And also, what purpose would that serve? Other than
Well, you were
smuggling.
talking about your smuggle runs.
And gears down. 1 notch of flaps. Well, that's probably why I was having trouble. I don't think I put my flaps on.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't going very fast, so it wasn't a big deal. So it's on the other side of this brown strip, I'm guessing. I'm trying to look at where you are.
Yeah, you're on approach. Looks like you're on a good final.
Yeah, pretty good line for it. Yeah, a little left. I don't want to overcorrect.
Smart camera's weird. Doesn't always work right. I mean, it's impossible to use when it's zoomed in.
Yeah, I gotta say, FSX had a much nicer view changing option when you wanted to do that with cameras. The exterior views I thought were much friendlier and easier to use. Alright, I think I see this.
How far away? How did you go?
I was out
there
near
for
the
like a
coast.
5-mile final.
Yeah, I was
You're out near the coast?
Yeah. I was like 2/3 of the way out to the coast.
Yeah, that's a 5-mile final.
I usually do a 3-mile final. That's usually what I set up if I'm setting it up for anything. Is there like a little building right at the end of this runway that I'm seeing, or is that some kind of marking?
There is a building on the left.
Okay. And I want
It
to shoot
almost
right
looks
between
like
those
it's an
buildings.
airstrip. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. I'm good.
And I'm to the right of the field.
Got it.
You don't have gear down on my screen. Were you about to belly land that?
Well, you told me I didn't have gear down, so I pulled back up for a second. I did have gear down.
Your gear just popped in.
Yeah. You said that, and I'm like, crap, do I not have gear down? So I reached for the gear and pulled up a little bit. Oh, I didn't realize I had 3,300 feet there to play with either. All right, let me set things properly this time, because I know what I've been fucking up on the takeoff, so.
Okay. Yeah, that was a really short roll. Good job on that.
Yeah, the roll was short, but I hit kind of hard. That was a 260
Fan?
foot per minute landing.
Damn van is trying to take out my wingtip. Yeah, anyway, so there's a couple of there's 2 or 3 aircraft clubs that are based here. There's a museum of some kind I was reading up on.
Alright, I need to reset my trim. That's one of the things I forget to do half the time too when we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Re-neutral my trims.
I don't have a good indication. I have a thing on the screen, but there's no middle. There's no like there's no indication of where takeoff trim is supposed to be. You can see it here.
This plane also has an aileron trim, so I have to make sure I trim that back properly too. That's what I was screwing up on those takeoffs. I wasn't recentering my aileron trim.
Why are you trimming your ailerons?
Mainly because I'm using autopilot, so it uses it.
Right.
So when I disengage it, it's wherever it left it off, you know. And then I manually trim it back some, but it's fine once you get used to it. It's just you gotta think about it, you know. It's just one more thing to keep track of. 3,300 feet. I don't really need flaps here, but I think I will just because it's grass. And I make sure I have time to accelerate it.
Soft field takeoff.
Yep. All right,
Ready?
I'm ready to roll when you are. You better pick up some speed. I'm going to hit you.
Yeah, I wasn't full power. You're about to chop up my tail feathers.
No! I fixed you! Piece of shit. I forgot to do that. Okay, I know what I did. I'll get it right sooner or later. Gear up, flaps up. This time make sure they're up. Climb speed. And this is a really short hop, huh? 19 nautical miles. And this thing has like 14 runways, it looks like.
Give or take.
Looks like 2.8 is the happy one.
Sounds about right.
Okay. I'm going to come around 045. Oh, you're below me. Like, where are you? I don't see you. Pretty mountains. I keep looking over there. Just, it's amazing. I'm only coming up to 2,500.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's flat as a board and not going very far.
That's the other thing with this plane is I have prop to deal with. It's not just.
Yeah, you get a little blue knob.
I got a little blue. And well, it's a lever, but yeah.
So do I in this plane, but I don't have my stuff set up for it yet. So I just tie it to the throttle. So
Yeah.
throttle and pitch both use the same lever. So if I'm 100% throttle, I'm also 100% pitch. If I'm 50% throttle, I'm 50% pitch.
Which is a lot easier to manage.
Yeah, it's not perfect because, you know, especially at high altitudes, I would want to be able to go full throttle and then adjust for the RPMs, proper RPMs. But I just have like, so the stick has a throttle slider on it, and I also have a separate throttle. So the throttle slider on the stick I actually use for a mixture.
Got it.
because that's like number 2 importance for power management. The number 3 importance I don't have a proper nom for yet. You're just off.
I did. I just realized it. I just cut back. I'm like, oh look, I'm still at climb throttle.
I'm just about at 140, which is already in the barber pole.
I was at 175 when I cut back. I'm down to 121
You're gone.
now.
You're gone. You can do a 360 and still be ahead of me.
Nah, you're gaining on me. I can make out your lights distinctively, like the separate left and right lights. So you're not too far back.
Oh,
I do wish it showed distance to target. That would be nice.
Yep, I agree.
FSX did definitely do that. It gave you distance and altitude of anything that had a tag on it. So I'm only doing 107 now, so you should be able to catch up to me.
Yep, I see you.
Yeah, I came out of there full blast, and it leveled off, and it was like, oh yeah, just keep right on going. I have that problem with this plane every time I fly it. I'll look down, I'm like, oh look, I'm in the yellow.
Well, I'll do the same thing. This thing will easily do 125, 135.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys in the Cessna 172 say, you know, do 110, 115. I'm like, oh, why are you guys way back there? Oh,
yeah,
right.
if I have it to the wall, I can pull like 125, but but the winds have to be right. You know, the stars have to align just perfectly. So that must be a player plane. That's a weird call. Do you see that plane ahead and above us? Or is
Straight
that
ahead?
AI?
No. That must be AI
CKLJO.
crap.
CKLJO. I've never seen it.
It sounds like a call sign.
It's a generic. It's a generic. So it just filled in the rest of it. So yeah, so it's a
Yeah, one of those things taken from flight aware data.
yeah. Allenton, Ashburton. Huntingdon. So I'm holding about 115 now, so you should be. Oh yeah, you're catching up. You're going by me.
Oh, where are you?
I'm at your,
Oh, there you are.
I'm at your 3. No, you're good. Just moseying along here.
Just not crash into you.
Moderate sized little city down there.
Yeah, we'll cross the river here and then we'll start looking for the field.
Yeah, it should be at mile 11 right now. Problem is I have an A-pillar right in the way.
Shots will probably come down to 1700 or so. It's on the other side of the road. It's on the other side of the river and then on the other side of the road after that. I'm not really seeing the road, but
No, neither am I, because there's enough buildings and stuff. Plus the angle we have is not giving us a good sight of that road.
I think I see a field over there.
I was gonna say, I think I see
Three or
it.
so large buildings over there. A brown field with some lines crisscrossing in front of it. Actually, I don't see any buildings on the map where that. It's actually before. Oh, it's right there.
Is that it? Like almost at our 9?
You see a large, light brown colored field with an X through the corners. And it's not at our 9; it's at our 11. And there's an there's like an oval.
I see it. Okay, yeah.
An oval track, dirt track.
Wow,
right
that's really hard to pick out.
That's what happens when they just use terrain textures.
About at my 10 right now, yeah.
You pass me up. Oh, you're just over that way. I'm just going for a really short final.
Well, the runway is to the other side. It's by that oval.
Yeah, it's at the.
And it goes laterally across the top up there.
Yeah, you're gonna on your short final. You're gonna go right over the dirt track.
I'm turning in.
Okay, I'm turning final.
How long's that runway? I didn't get a look.
It's plenty long. Just make sure you go over below over the track.
500.
I mean, if you do a landing like the one you did at the last place, you'll have no trouble whatsoever.
You've cleared the runway. I see you. $109.
There's also a museum here, Ashburton Aviation Museum, and Mid Canterbury Aero Club.
Taxi up. Let me make sure I got it set right this time.
So you said it was still screwed up on the last one?
Yeah, but I know what I did. A lot of it's just me not being used to this plane, so. Alright, I think I'm good now. We'll see.
We shall see. Use some more coffee.
All right, now we're right on. We're right on from here to Christchurch, though, right?
Yep.
Okay, you can roll anytime. Up.
It's looking pretty straight.
Yeah, that was a good takeoff. I fixed my problem. Just need to be a little more conscientious of certain things when I take off, that's all. Alright. Climb rate achieved. Banking to the right. Pick up the purple line. I think we're at that point, aren't we? There's not much between here and Christchurch, as I recall. It's pretty much a straight shot.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's those neat hills to over by the water, though.
I was thinking about that. So I think that on our next flight,
Take
we'll
off
probably
and swing out around those, maybe?
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And it's obvious from the this is the Pacific Rim. So it's obvious these are two old volcanoes.
I was just going to say they're very volcanic looking.
But they're highly eroded, so they're kind of ancient.
Yeah, but I bet they look
But you
really. I bet they look really cool to fly down into some of that.
But you can see where the two major calderas were.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was interested in doing that. There is an air park to the north called like Rangiroa that I want to hit, but it's only maybe 3 or 4 or 5 miles north. So I was thinking we could next week we could leave Christchurch, do a tour around those mountains or hills or whatever,
Yeah.
and then come back and land just north of Christchurch, and then continue on up the coast.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
Fix my heading.
Yeah, I'm just on a nav log now.
Look at that 17 knot crosswind.
19. Yep. Up here, I'm at 2,500. What's
I'm kinda
Christchurch
up
got
to
for
20
runways? Show arrival procedures. Is that what I want? Airport information. Wind is 27 degrees, 5 knots. Variable to 347 to 57. So it's all over the freaking place. Looks like runway 2, though, is the best bet.
Are you actually looking at the actual weather?
No, I'm looking at little nav maps, weather. Which
The
may
little
or may not-
NavNats has 350 at 3 knots, like the actual NOAA station.
That's what little nav map is. That's what I use, and I'm showing it variable, but yeah. But I'm showing runway 2. Which would be the closest to 350. So. See if we
Where
get
does
high
it show?
on-
Are you looking at active runway? Or are you
in
just
little,
looking
I'm
at the
in
wind?
little nav maps on the weather tab for the airport.
Oh, I'm just on the overview. So, weather.
And it shows
Yeah,
27 5 knots variable 347 to 57, so it's waving all over the place. But I show runway 2 with a 1 knot headwind, 10,500 foot runway.
Best runways for wind. So mine says that the wind is 327 at 3 knots.
Mine last updated at 2100.
Oh, mine says 2030.
That's
I
weird.
mean, I don't know how to update that.
Yeah, mine always just auto updates. Well, I'm going to do an IFR for, an ILS for runway 02. Off the Idubu transition. So, procedures, approach.
They have a very short 1,650 foot runway, and it's actually unidentified type. I'm assuming it's grass,
That sounds
Soft
like it's
field is
right up your
coming.
alley.
but it's crosswind.
Oh,
Oh, I'm up at 3,600 feet. There's a 32 knot crosswind.
yeah, that's not good. What is this? November zebra. November zebra Charlie Hotel. Charlie Hotel.
What's your indicated airspeed?
Oh.
That's what I thought.
175. Dropping now
Typical.
rapidly. I'm used to the 172 where I got to keep it to the wall just to keep you in sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sticking to that line. That's the deal.
Are you over this? You crossing this river, or you're already over it?
I just crossed it. I'm down to 120 now, with a 28 knot crosswind.
A lot of oval tracks and fields in this little town.
Yeah. Alright, what's my approach look like on that? I need to get my...
This river looks pretty crazy. Very wide river basin.
Looks like I pick up the thing at 2,000 feet. Alright. Let's close this so my stream looks right again. Come down to 2,000 feet. Not gonna bother with the crappy air traffic control.
They do have ATIS. Check the ATIS. 27.2.
I can see the runway flashing, I think. No, that can't be that runway. I should be able to see that. Oh yeah, I probably can. And it looks like it looks like runway 2 from here. I am really getting tossed about with the crosswind here.
Wind 283 at 3.2.
There's still not a better runway there for it though. Well, actually there probably is. 283 at 3.2. Well, that changes everything.
Visual runway 29er in use.
Okay. If they want to play that way, we can. Let's go back over here.
We have information Quebec.
29er in use, you said?
283 at 3.2.
No, runway 29er.
29er, yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to cancel the ILS altogether and do a visual. Alright, that changes the plan some. Let's go back over here. Let's go 060. Minute or two. That's too much. Let's go back to 045. A little bit more airspeed here. I was down to 100 knots. There's a beaver behind us, just in case you were wondering. this crosswind is really messing with me here.
Yeah, it's a bit insane.
I didn't think I was gonna land in it.
Well, if it's really 32 knots at ground level, I mean, I
Shouldn't be
can,
landing.
well, I can helicopter down in that.
Yeah, that's true.
My short final is going to be really, really short.
Yeah, the problem's gonna be, are you gonna be able to taxi off the runway?
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll have to get off the ground, crab to the side, and then come down on the apron. Because taxiing crosswind in this thing is a real pain in the ass.
I can imagine. This plane's so light. I mean, I'm on autopilot, locked on a heading 030. My plane is just bouncing all over the place.
Are you?
Yep.
Pretty smooth where I'm at.
I'm left and right and up and down.
I just have a very steady, very severe crosswind.
And I'm at about 130 knots now, just so you know. I did pick up a little bit of speed because I was having trouble with this crosswind. Faster seems to make it a little less disruptive.
.27 cross.
I'm at a 36 cross, so
Well, I was down at 700 feet, and it was like 16, 17 knots. And now I'm at 1600 feet, and it's 29, getting up to 30.
I'm at 2,000 feet, so it's 35 up here.
At least it's not a headwind.
It's true. Buddy, you hanging up for the flight today? Yeah. He's been having sneezing fits. We're not sure it's allergies or URI. Vet thinks it's a URI. I think it's allergies. Apparently there have been 271 views of my video today. Of my Twitch stream. The views is deceptive. That could be one person popping in and out 14 times. There's another oval down there.
One thing I've noticed about New Zealand is they have a lot of kind of dirt tracks and off. Well, these, I don't know what these are. These are not like fun dirt bike kind of things. These are like maybe horse tracks.
I was going to say horse or like track and field. People who, no, those are too big for that.
No, it's not athletic. It's something agriculture based.
Yeah, I've seen some of those in the Midwest in the U.S. too, just not as many. Now that one looks like it could be a car racing track or something. I see one over there. Looks like it's paved. Should probably look ahead. sure I'm not going where I should. Yeah, we're good. Two niners our runway, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's always interesting to see, like, you know, especially a place like New Zealand. You think it's, you know, it's pretty much going to look like any other, you know, Eurocentric first world nation. But then you notice weird things like that. I was like, what the hell? Oval tracks are freaking everywhere. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
6,
that's what I'm
7,
saying.
8,
There were like 7 of
9,
them in my view at one point.
10, 11. Yeah, it's just weird.
I'm starting my turn in,
And-
by the way.
But once we look it up and know what it's about, it's like, oh yeah, that I guess that makes sense. But until you know what they are, it just looks weird.
Right on the edge of that one of those volcanoes is there's Christchurch Adventure Park too. That
Oh yeah, I
sounds
hadn't
like,
even looked over here.
yeah.
There's the foothills for that.
Here's the one with concentric
too bad.
ovals. Like there, it looks like a paved one, then 2 dirt ones, and then another paved one.
Ooh, I
And
see
then-
one that's
and
an
then a grass
actual.
one around it.
There's an actual racetrack down here.
Oh, Rickerton Racecourse? Yeah, that's the one I'm
I'm
looking at.
passing right over it right now. God damn it, where's my plane? Here. Kart Sport, Canterbury Racetrack.
Okay. Well, there's Rickerton Racecourse up here too, which I'm going over right now. Alright, I gotta start thinking about my landing.
Yeah, me too. I'm at a very long out there left base.
Well, with this kind of wind, you kind of want to take it easy too, so. This is the kind of stuff that'll throw you.
Not with this plane. I like to
It's
just
bouncy,
like
though.
I like
I'm
to keep it
getting
tight.
turbulence. Yeah. I'm getting turbulence. That makes me want to have a little bit of room to play.
I like a tight downwind, and then just do just a straight bomb dive 180 into the final. Check out. I don't suppose ATIS has changed.
It's a 10 knot headwind as I'm landing. 9 knots at 800 feet. So it might be manageable.
Now winds at 026 at 8.
I've got 8 at like maybe 29 or well, what's the runway 29? I got 8 at probably like a 330 right now. Maybe a 350. Oh, it's shifting. It's shifting. Now it's 5 knots and it's coming right up my side. Yep. I'd say it's a 030 or so. 5 knots. Well, I'm not changing my landing this late, so not for a 5 knot wind.
Yeah, wind 026 at 8.
So my original ILS would have been fine. And I did this. I did
yeah,
that.
I guess so.
I did that free scenery pack for this airport. It looks pretty good.
I don't remember if I did this one.
All right, I'll be touching down momentarily.
Damn it! Well, I wanted a 30 knot headwind.
Ooh, 285
give-
firm.
I'm gonna give myself a 30 knot headwind.
They cheered. I think they cheer as long as you don't kill them on landing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those. Oh, we could walk away from this one, so we're good. The International Aviation Academy is where I'm gonna park over here. I don't know if that's like the International House of Pancakes, but it sounds like it. So.
Oh man, this is very buffeting.
Yeah, it was a little rough till I
Hold
got
on.
down to about 800. Then it smoothed right out.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. Figure it out. Let's see. There's... I got that set to 40. I need to set that all the way down to... What is that? From the north to the south. It's not showing me a headwind in the what is it? Oh, hold on. This, I think I have it at the wrong altitude.
Really narrow taxiway.
Yeah, I need to change to this one. There we go. Okay, that's if you want to watch my stream, I've now got an insane headwind.
I'm actually watching you land in game.
Oh, it's quite cross though.
Yeah, I can see you're tipped a little bit there. Coming down, coming down.
Oh my god, I'm crabbing at a 45-degree angle. I'm actually stalling as well.
I didn't think you could stall that plane.
Yes, you can. Well, because I'm indicating less than 40 knots. All right, kick the rudder. Raise the flaps.
You're down.
Yep. And I'm alive. Nothing broken.
I have delivered my counterfeit camera lenses.
Cool.
Yeah, for $3,508. And -1 karma. Because it was a Coyote job. Alright, time to shut her down. Park and brake on.
I'm going to park right behind you.
Lights all going off.
Oh! Stalled a wingtip. It's okay, it's all good. I don't think I impacted the wing, but I'll check it out in the inspection.
Fuel tank's closed. Oh, you gotta come into a little donut and show off.
I'm not showing off, I'm just really good. There's a difference.
You're so good that you're ghosting. You're so close to me.
Right.
I am
All right,
parked
another
just
really
about,
good.
I am parked just about perfect, I want you to know, and I didn't even try that hard. I got lucky.
Yeah.
Alright, I am going to end my stream now. For those of you watching, thank you very much. We'll be doing another one next Saturday.